Mark Mireles is a decorated police officer, praised as an LAPD hero, but tonight allegations that while off duty he has used intimidation and threats. It's a dark shadow following one of the LAPD's brightest stars. Gina Silva has this Fox 11 investigation into Chaos by Cop.
Officer Mark Mireles is a genuine LAPD hero, awarded 3 medals of valor for his bravery. This one for helping save a woman's life.
It takes so much guts beyond our wildest dreams.
But beyond the badge and the medals, this lawsuit alleges another side to Mark Mireles. Threatening, dangerous.
He terrified her. She was a threat, a vicious one.
Mireles is an imposing man, former captain of the LAPD's wrestling team, black belt martial arts instructor, author of several books on street fighting.
He pushed me back into and kept pushing me.
Art gallery owner Peggy Howell says Mireles assaulted her and threatened her family.
He said, "Look at me. Look me in the eye. I'm going to wreck your life."
Howell is suing Mireles. Her lawyer says he has hard evidence, including this surveillance video.
In the front, we have Peggy Howell. Right behind her, always a step away, is LAPD officer Mark Mireles.
The 61-year-old grandmother says Mireles led a group of 6 men who, as she says in her lawsuit, imprisoned her for nearly 10 hours. She says you can hear Mireles on an audio recording from that night.
Look at me. Look me in my eye. I'm going to wreck your life if we go down that road. I'm going to wreck your life.
Howell says Mireles and his group released her only after she signed over ownership of her gallery and more than $1 million worth of artwork.
There I was alone with 6 martial arts experts up until 2:30 in the morning. They could have done anything. They told me if I screamed, if I hollered, if I did anything, that they would harm me, and they knew where my children lived.
The context for all this, the alleged imprisonment and threats, is almost surreal. Mireles was working security for Todd White, a cartoonist famous for his work on the animated TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. His work is still on the internet.
Wow, your work in a museum.
Releasing Todd's 2010 collection.
White and Howell have worked together for years.
This is like our 3rd or 4th time doing a show with Peggy.
That's White and Howell's gallery in happier times. But they ended up in a court battle over sales of his images after Mireles and his crew showed up.
And then he pushed me into the chair. So I went back into the chair, similar like this, like, whoa, okay. 2 gentlemen sat there, Mark Mireles sat there.
This team reporting is basically voluntary because you know it's in your own best interest for the most part. Yes or no?
Yes, it is. Wish I had someone here besides me.
Howell says everything she agreed to and confessed to on tape with Mireles was under duress.
Her voice is trembling. She's terrified.
White's attorney declined to comment, citing a confidential settlement now in the works.
Mark Mireles?
A Fox 11 producer tried to ask Mireles about Howell's allegations.
You held her virtual captive for 10 hours, she says. You can clear that with the Huntington Beach Police Department. I know that happened.
Huntington Beach police say they investigated and took Howell's complaint to the district attorney, who declined to prosecute for lack of evidence. LAPD confirms that Mireles is the focus of an active investigation by Internal Affairs. Howell says those investigators told her they are looking into her allegations, including that Mireles denied being an officer.
No one in here is a law enforcement official.
And that he warned her not to call the cops.
He goes, "Don't call the police. Do you understand me? Don't call the police. Your life will be over."
You said you weren't a cop when you went in there. You said there's no police here. And then you said, she said,
if you want to talk...
Mireles referred us to his attorney, who said he could not comment because of the pending confidential settlement. But in court documents, Mireles denies threatening Howell with bodily harm and telling her not to contact police.
We have spoken with people who say that you have threatened them. You're an LAPD officer. Would you like to respond to those allegations?
No further comment from him or his attorney.
A police officer who's supposed to be protecting us during the day is now turning into a thug.
Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Today's report, Chaos by Cop, will continue next week with more on Officer Mark Mireles. If you have information on this story or any of our investigations, here's a number to call, 310-584-2079. That's 2079.
California finished